Hello and welcome to another update video about Aptos. Heavily requested, but it has become a bit of a messy chart. I did already highlight that in the last videos. I'm losing a little bit of trust. It has not yet broken below the 78.6 retracement, but it came very deep. And also the move of this low was not impulsive. So it can always be some kind of a diagonal or a 1-2 setup, but then here this is also just a 3-wave move to the upside. So I am a bit skeptical about this move, and if we are already here in a breakout pattern, other coins are looking stronger, looking better since they reacted to the 78.6 retracement. Also Aptos, one of the few coins that has not left our trend reversal area to the upside. Many other coins did that, okay? So from that point of view, just be aware that this has turned into something somewhat unreliable, or at least less reliable, until 78.6 Fibonacci breaks, which is the 1085 level though. I think we can still remain focused on higher. I mean, phenomenal reward to risk ratio really, but obviously higher likelihood of breaking because it has become a bit of a mess. Yeah, it certainly has. The reason for that is just that it dropped too low, but not even that. Well, it didn't drop too low, but then at least I would have liked to see a solid reaction. This could easily just be a sideways correction and still come down lower. So just be aware of that. It's a bit problematic, and I have to warn about this. There are other setups that look much better out there. Yeah, so hopefully that's clear. What it would need to do now, basically from here, it would need to rally. I mean, this is somewhat possible, but the structure looks very bad, awful basically. You can always get a diagonal pattern here. I mean, but even then, it's a bit messy, but it would be this one, 1, 2, but then it would need to rally in a 3, 4, 5. Yeah, and we had 3 waves in 1. 3 waves in 2, we would get 3 waves in 3, and so on. But then at least to believe that, I wanted to break above the 1256 level. So that's what I mean. It has become somewhat unreliable. Needs to break really, really to believe it, that we're in a breakout above 1470, and then we should head to $27 plus. But yeah, I mean, these are the key levels. It did break out of our descending wedge. That is good. But typically what you want to see is to reach the beginning of the wedge. That is typically the target, the first target when breaking such a wedge pattern. It would be the beginning of the wedge. We talk here about $14.30 roughly, for the price to reach. But as I said, this looks corrective because of all these overlaps. So at least from analyzing it now, what I see while it is holding support, the move to the upside is not convincing yet. I mean, it started to look interesting a few days ago, but then it basically crashed down again, and it basically neutralized this advance again that happened. So yeah, a bit skeptical about it. It would need to reach in the third wave to give it a reliable third, which then should lead to a fourth and a fifth. It would need to reach 1891 in this third wave at the minimum. Yeah, that's pretty much, or at least close to where we had those highs back end of January. But yeah, it's not doing too much yet. So also, I mean, looking at the indicators, there isn't much to see. Let's go to the daily chart. It's pretty neutral, but as you can see here, we might be getting a bullish crossover. We do have one now on the MACD. It's very weak though. We have a bullish crossover on the RSI as well. But the question is, how reliable is it? Because we've been moving sideways now for a few days. So these indicators tend to be somewhat less reliable in sideways action. But hey, you know, as long as the 78.6 Fib level is holding, I would focus on higher. Again, it's a good reward to risk ratio. As I said, from the 1084 level basically is the level below which it will become unreliable. And targeting here roughly $18.90 as a minimum in a third wave gives you a pretty good reward to risk. And then eventually it should obviously come higher in the fifth wave anyway, if this count is correct. But I can only highlight that there's increased risk with this count because it has become somewhat questionable. So yeah, we need to wait. That momentum is pushing to the upside. The good thing is also here on the 4 hour, we see the MACD pushing to the upside, the RSI as well. So upside momentum is there on the daily, the 4-hour time frame, and here on the hourly as well. Even though we might see here a little bit of a bearish crossover on the MACD coming, but that's only on the 1-hour chart, and so far it's still in the green. Yeah, it needs a bit of observation. All eyes really need to be on that 78.6 Fibonacci retracement level. A very first step for the bulls would be already to break above the Sunday high, which was here at 12.55, to give a little bit more upside pressure. But at the moment, I wouldn't even talk about upside pressure here. It has really only shown a reaction to that Fib level, but it's very weak. Alright, that's my update about Aptos. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.